Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what could be the third and final game of the Nanyang American qualifier here. It's a best of 5 between Shazam and I'm confused because we have no ticket. I'll get to that in a moment. Between Digital Chaos and Shazam. Digital Chaos up 2 games. Shazam need a win here to stay alive. Digital Chaos simply need a win to just get that ticket and go off to China to play in the Nanyang land. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit and also our current admin and lobby host, I suppose. And joining me once again, it's going to be Grant. Grant, sorry about the downtime there, but we are back in the game, and now we have the challenge of figuring out what name belongs to what player.
Oh no! Whoa! Look at this. The Elder Titan, not SVG style, already coming out for Shazam. I'm gonna assume that's Shazam now. It is, but
it is Shazam.
Yeah, that was interesting. I have don't worry. Me and Mott one time. I believe this was 2013 in an ESL tournament. The admins they went AFK in the middle of a game and a pause happened, and no one knew what the time limit was, and I had to admin the game and. I don't know.
You gotta wear hats, man.
Stuff happens. Yes, hey, stuff happens. Definitely, if something bad happened to him, we hope the best. So you know. But KotLGuy, you filled in excellently. I feel like you were wearing 2 fedoras. They rolled down your arms, and you flipped them back on. Yeah, that was some excellent hosting skills.
It was like Michael Jackson inspired almost with the flip. So I don't know. I like neckbeards and stuff. So. But after the Elder Titan pick, Slardar Invoker are your 1-2 here coming out. Kind of almost a classic, except that Misery won't be able to play it here. I see Slardar Misery, and it just takes me back to Frankfurt and Secret and stuff. But also takes me back to Moo, really kind of being one of the original pioneers of that offlane Slardar for a while.
I think Moonmander, and IX Micah. It's crazy. NA Dota does a lot of stuff. Even the Elder Titan now, that's NA Dota, SVG doing in the regional. NA Dota comes out with a lot, and I'm really surprised we didn't see the Phantom Lancer there from Shazam.
And when they pioneered that Tinker Kunka as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. No, that was technically in Korea. It was Sunby and Juby, but it happened MVP Hot 6 versus, I believe, Zephyr. So technically we can blame the Koreans for that one.
Oh, so if they're winning, they're NA Dota, but if they do a crazy strat, they are the Koreans.
Yeah, and I looked it up. Sunby and Juby on that strat are 1-6. So when they won that one game, you damn well better believe that was NA Dota to the max, so that was a sick win.
Well, unfortunately for Mr. Fun, Jason, I hope he enjoyed his time on Lion because that is now over. Grant, he is back on the Vengeful Spirit here. It's dire side after all, so.
Yeah, it was like Jason was like, oh, nice, we get to pick PL here. Maybe my Venge will get banned down. Breck's like, man, Venge is a good pick here. Swap out from the Slardar stun, the Invoker Cold Snap. I mean, Venge is a good hero, and I mean, don't expect to go pro and play whatever you want. That's for sure. You get what the captain wants, and you like it.
Yeah. That's, I wonder how much it varies. You've been on a couple of teams, Grant. You've, been around the block for a while. Do you think for the general, maybe American scene, do you think that they're comfortable to kind of get their back behind one captain and just go with his picks? Is that usually how it goes, or do you think more people have a say? Maybe more so if they have, that star player?
I think it's mostly on a lot of teams it's a captain and one other player with a little bit of say. I know when I was doing the Narvi 2 stuff, it was Korok and Snake King, and that was because it was Ringer. Korok shouldn't have been captain, but he was the captain. And Snake King was getting a few things. They're like, Grant, can you play all the time? I'm like, I haven't played it once. They're like, all right, well, you just put the spirit on someone and do it. We're picking it for you. I'm like, okay. It usually is. I would say it's one like Puppy, and then when they were on with Kuroki, it was Puppy and Kuroki doing their thing. And I think a lot of the time it is one person, main guy, makes the final decision, but he gets a little bit of help. I think that's how it is on most teams.
I mean, I remember a time when Elder Titan used to be hard to play. You had to mirror the movement. You didn't get the fancy. You didn't have you did not have the luxury of controlling the spirit. You just had to mirror it.
Yeah, I just remember because that game is just put your spirit on and max your aura. We're gonna Laguna Blade the PA and he'll die in one shot. And I went 0-15, but because I had the spirit on the PA one time, it literally their strategy was just do that, and I did it once and we won. I was like, man, being a pro, these guys aren't allowed to talk. This is easy. I brushed the dirt off my shoulder, a few times there, but whatever.
It's all right. A few more of those. You got a
10
sponsorship.
seconds
You got a
remaining.
stream deal, and you're on Panda TV doing something crazy. So you're making your
5
mark.
seconds remaining.
Looks like they are going to be banning out the Darkseer on the side of Shazam, so no Brax Darkseer
Reserve
here.
time.
Also removing the Lion, which Misery obviously had been showing very skilled with in that first game. But this time, wow, a Dazzle.
Dire
So
There's
rare-
the Misery hero.
Yeah, it's a rare pick to see in recent times by itself, so I don't know. Are they up to some funny business here? Could we see like a Wisp? Could we see, I don't know, it's funky.
Looking like a mostly just minus armor. I mean, Dazzle's good at just
Oh,
sitting
yeah,
behind field,
yeah.
but then you have the Dazzle
10
minus armor,
seconds
Slardar.
remaining.
Who else do you have? There's a few other heroes.
Plus the
here and
bonus
there, but-
armor from Weave will
5
just
seconds
negate
remaining.
the Elder Titan.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's really nice actually, just the utility of it. That's smart thinking there, Misery.
Reserve time.
Real smart.
Yeah, I mean, MVP so far, it has been not even the plays, just Misery's drafting. Like that PL second pick didn't give a chance.
Yep.
And then when they picked the Beastmaster over the Nature's Crown, like we saw, like it's just not Brax's hero. He had a rough game with it. Just Misery's just drafting perfectly for his team and drafting perfectly against the other team, and that's 2 for 2.
And that's where I keep saying, it's like
Radiant
Shazam, maybe they
team
need to
pick.
really shake things up a bit. I mean, they get the benefit of the Elder Titan, which has been kind of their thing, so that's nice. And the Timber Saw has been unique and has been a staple in a lot of these games for America now. And, MSS plays a damn good Timber. He played it really well
10
in
seconds
Game 2,
remaining.
but
Oh, yeah.
eventually it just fizzled out. And, well, maybe this time.
5
Though,
seconds
it's like,
remaining.
there's a Dazzle. I wonder if they could creep in.
Reserve time.
What do you think about an Axe? Is that too far-fetched versus Shazam?
It's not. They need some, like we saw last game, MSS did go ham, but the problem is he didn't have any. They had a Slark who just got shut down. They need someone else with mobility who can move around and provide damage. Someone like maybe an Axe with a blink, blade mail, maybe a Queen of Pain just blinking around, but I definitely think Brax knows they need someone else to put out damage who isn't just gonna get killed in one Beastmaster roar.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what it's gonna have to be here. But we're going back to the side of DC now. They've typically been getting Resolution as Gyrocopter in this fourth pick the last 2 games. So, I mean, it's out there now. Do you keep going with the Gyrocopter again, or maybe they can consider something else here for
10 seconds
Resolution?
remaining.
Now we see Slardar being played more as the hard carry, but we see and so it looks like Faceless Void probably going to be the off lane, and it's going to be a Resolution Slardar, but the Void pip, that's one way to shut down the Timber Slice so he can't go jumping around. Oh no, if he has the new Immortal, have you seen it? It is terrible.
Oh, it's
Like
not
the
that crazy
Chronosphere is
hexagonal
hideous.
geometry
seconds
Chronosphere.
Yeah,
I doubt he has it.
I don't know,
It's
dude.
like that
We have already moved.
rare one.
remaining.
Like,
Oh,
if he
you don't
has
think
it,
these
like-
guys are willing to buy it?
yeah, if he has it,
Reserve
I would say
time.
that he had it, and that's what influenced the pick almost, just because it's like that rare of an item.
I
We don't see
feel
a
it
lot
might
of
be.
Faceless Void recently,
Yeah, especially I think we've seen it in more scenes, but not really NA Dota. Actually, we've seen
Yeah.
not that much at all.
So
actually.
if he has the Immortal, I'm gonna say that they got him that because he has the Immortal. I'm just gonna make the bold claim there. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we could just see where else the Faceless Void does kind of fit nicely. He's a great team fighter. You're going against Dire. He's gonna want Roche. He works very well around the pit. Time dilation against Timbersaw. Now that is good. That is gonna be rough for MSS to deal with.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, and that's why you need another hero who has mobility. I
10
think.
seconds remaining.
The problem is Timber. It's the MSS hero,
5
so they.
seconds
I
remaining.
think they give up so much when they pick that Timber. They're like, well, they're
Yeah.
not gonna pick a Quap or anything. Like, where's he gonna go? And there's the TC Chaos Knight.
Radiant team back.
like that
Now,
pick.
there's not as much AoE here as there would have been the last time you had made the call for it to come out, so this looks okay. It's a lot of melee for some of their core positions here, but I don't know. What do you think with the Chaos Knight here at this
10
time? You're going against a
seconds
Void and his Chrono. Do you think it's going to work?
It's gonna be
5
interesting. Last time I
seconds
remember seeing the Chaos Knight versus Invoker, that was the game where Flea Invoker out carried
5
TC's
seconds
Chaos Knight, and
remaining.
as long as it doesn't get the Super Late game, we won't have to worry. But I always like Chaos Knight. I love
Dire
the
team
chance of him
back.
getting that extra Phantasm Illusion early is so big. Like, it just blows up even Faceless. It blows up all the heroes. I mean, you get one crit with that hero, one Reality Rift, and everyone just dies. But the problem is most offlaners nowadays are melee heroes, and that would set you at 4 melee heroes, whatever they pick for Brax now.
Yeah, that's
5
no
seconds
bueno.
remaining.
Did we
And
already?
you see Furion is undrafted, unpicked right now.
I don't think we'll be seeing Brax play that again. I'm not trying to dig on Brax
No,
at
I
all.
agree.
But
It's just not. It's not his hero.
It's not his hero, and I don't even think it would have worked well in this draft either. So what can the Brax hero be? No Darkseer, no Nature's Prophet. Tidehunter has just been taken out, so a big team fight here that would have been nice.
Remaining.
Someone's got to be able to participate outside of a Chronosphere, or at least get involved in that sense.
Oh, so it's an
Offlane Brax Timbersaw.
Timbersaw.
That's my guess.
They might switch it. They might put MSS offlane, honestly, because we knew before the regional qualifiers it was Brax middle and MSS offlane. I really don't see Brax on Timbersaw.
Unless tinfoil hat on, mad roaming Chaos Knight. It's a safe lane farming Timbersaw.
Oh
and
no, fluff and stuff. No. God, that was. You remember that for me?
I casted
New York.
that game.
Oh, not like this. But I just remember the gank middle, the level 1 gank.
Yeah.
They just committed 3 heroes and they all 3 died.
I mean, Slasher made it look pretty good, I guess, but yeah, it unfortunately didn't work out. The potential, I mean, like on paper, you're like, this could work. He's an excellent level 1. He got a Mango now because it was like Mango that came out, and it's like, oh, that's so good for Chaos Knight, but. Well, I love this pick, though. Misery, Keeper of the Light.
That's your boy.
That's a pretty dog shit hero, though, to be honest with you. But, you know, I guess in the right lineup, it can work. I'm really curious to see now what his purpose is here and now. Is it for D-push? I mean, they needed the spam. I already mentioned how they didn't have a lot of AoE to help with the Chaos Knight illusions. Well, now you get a Caudal Blast. I suppose that's something that could help out. So, I don't know. It's going to be fun.
I think we might... This could be a jungle Keeper of the Light for all I know. Might be some crazy... I remember when we saw Demon do it for the first time a while ago, and he got like a 10-minute support Aghanims. Looks like Keeper of the Light's playing the super hard 5, though. No,
I've been seeing it called the boneless strat, and typically done on the dire side. I know Owie did that one time on EG.
Yeah, that was sick. When was that TI5 or was it a different tournament?
Owie did it at Summit.
That was DAC. Summit 4. Oh, okay.
Owie did it
I'm
at,
just naming random turns.
So it was right around that time because it was just post DAC, I believe. But they definitely did it at this. I remember sitting there and like, oh my God, he's doing the boneless strat right here and now. And you know, the big indicator is always like he runs out with typically a quelling blade. Tree. But for Misery though, who knows? Maybe he did it for me. I like to think like that.
Honestly, he probably could have. Oh, and he's running uphill. Brax, and it is Brax on Timber.
You know what? Also, and now I think about it, and one of the reasons that I love to pick a Caudal in a pub game when I see enemies pick Timber. Oh my God!
Yeah,
watch the early Mana Leak come out. This is gonna be awful.
Yeah,
this is gonna be so
yeah, I was
bad.
just thinking about that. This is I'm scared now. But okay. The thing is, I still like Shazam's draft. I mean, this Timber gets countered pretty hard, but luckily you put him in the offline now. Brax, meanwhile, should have a decent... I mean, DP is one of those decent matchups against Invoker you can have, so he should do decent, especially with... I like your styles that. I'm going to assume that's Mad. Yep, that is Mad. Not SVG, but Mad middle, and yeah, but it is an Elder Titan, and he's just going to run a Wii out, hit him once, got him.
Got him good.
And that's half his HP, yeah, and that's going to be nice. So DP will win middle lane with the help from him. And top lane, you see Moo just getting chunked on right now.
He does have the Time Walk there, the wonderful one that will restore all of his life. Note, does not have the Immortal, so this was a legitimate Faceless Void pickup, not based around fluffy Immortals or not. So,
oh, thank goodness.
We don't get to see the crazy-ass Chronosphere this game, sadly, but as it is, he's going to be in a safe place in the meantime. Sure, Fun is going to be able to zone him back a bit, but Faceless Void really is not going to be faltered too much. Expect great XP coming his way, and he's also going to be sharing in some decent last hits, so they can afford to have him up there, which, you know, with Shazam committing to the kind of this tri-lane now in the top lane, it only makes things even more difficult for poor Brax on this Timber side. He's even trying to work with the pull camp here, and he's playing on the edge right now. You cannot get that Centaur. You cannot get that Centaur. Okay, he'll salve up.
Oh, and the tower even hits it. Okay. I did not know you could pull to the tower. Well, now you do. Yeah, this is rough, because Timber's not. He's not a jungler. Even with, like, everyone says, like, oh, Iron Talon, pro hero, pro item thing, you can use it on anyone. Even with Timber, it just doesn't work. Like, that hero jungle's so slow, and that's the problem with putting him in the offlane. If he doesn't find anything, it's going to be like his Fury on last game. He's just not going to, he's going to have a real rough time.
Yeah. And for two supports who are very defensive supports on the side of DC, they certainly could do a nice job really putting this core and taking him out of his element right now. And even now getting the rune wasn't so easy for him. And with that poison touch leveled up, it just goes to show that DC are definitely looking to go more on the offensive even with them. And the nice thing though for him, and as you already mentioned, was MSS is kind of having a good head start in this mid lane. For both of the last 2 games, he had a struggle in that mid lane a bit. Top lane though, I saw turning the corner from Moo. I got a little overhyped for that one though, but Fun will be fine hanging out on the tower.
I mean, the fact that he's at full HP, full mana, and Fun has 0 HP is definitely something.
Bottom lane, Mad around.
Yeah, I think the Elder Titan, he needs to find his level 2 before he keeps roaming.
Yeah.
He needs to get that stomp, because with the stomp, like, the Invoker has to play even more scared than he is now. You just get stomped once into that Spirit Siphon, you might just die immediately. But he's still only level 1.
Yeah, these supports are gonna need to find their way to find some XP and at least get some levels under their belt. Brax is still working with the camps here, so he's finding his way there. And it looks like in the meantime they'll just have Mad step in. So this will be where he gets the levels, but it ain't gonna get easy. Misery does not opt to go for the early Mana Leak yet, just gets the Chakra Magic and the Blast. Chakra Magic this game also has a lot of huge benefits, Grant. I mean, the short cooldown of Slither and Crush. I mean, it's going to be 2 crushes in 4 seconds, I believe. 4? Is it a deduction of 4? Oh, no, it's 6 now. That's right. Oh, 2-second crushes. That's going to be...
That could be pretty rough for every single hero on the dire side. Nothing like 2 seconds. Oh, that is a lot of stuns. And if you have that to set up with your KotL, just a 4-second charge blast, there's actually I just realized how much... Like, it's an odd draft. There's a lot of team fight, like, with the Chronosphere, Slithering Crush, KotL. There's Meatball.
It doesn't seem like it's that difficult to execute either. Just simply bop Moo up with the mana, and he'll make the blink in Crush, which will lead to an immediate following Crush as soon as that Crush, the duration of the stun ends. And by that time, I'm sure Faceless Void will be able to find any target with the Chronosphere. Blast will be coming through. This is potentially going to be a fun draft to watch from DC. It's not going to be fun for Shazam to play against, but we'll see. Maybe Shazam will be able to find their own groove with some heavy push somehow.
Yeah, we just went top with a Forge Spear. MSS is running. He's like, I can't wait to get this rune. Just denies the top Forge Spear. And now MSS in a lot of trouble, actually. He might be... Yeah, he's good.
Gets the nice Spirit Siphon there. Sidesteps the Sunstrike. A stomp comes out from Mad, and he's going to get first blood. Shazam will strike first. Nicely done by them. And for MSS to kind of hold his ground and not do the casual walk back, he would have been hit by that Sunstrike, and that would have been a whole different, engagement right there.
That was actually... Didn't we see that? Wasn't that in the first game, too, when he was diving the tower? MSS and Weehaw they love going at each other early.
They're both really good mid laners, and I'm sure MSS wants to show that he's, like, the one to fear. Ooh, nice time walk there from Moo. Will not dodge the stun, but definitely will get himself out of any sort of potential hairy position. So he's still good. Trucking forward, 18-1 CS on your off-lane Void at level 5. Let's compare that. We go over to Brax, level 3.5. Hard times 9 CS. I mean, he has had the jungle to work with here, but, you can just see the difference between both off-laners and how one's going to be coming online pretty damn fast. Uh-oh.
Yep.
And now could be in further trouble. Here comes the rush in now from Resolution. Gets off the Crush, but promptly after Brax will TP and have to do that long walk back to the lane from the base.
Yeah, in top lane, it pretty much just Elder Titan Stomp and 2 other stuns. That's the nice thing about having Venge CK too. You can chain together a bunch of stuns on that Void as long as you have some sort of setup, and exactly what Elder Titan does.
So now...
But look at the golden experience graph. I mean, they're up 2-0, but they are still down on both graphs.
Yeah,
it's mostly the Brax,
Brax being taken down a peg. Resolution has had a free lane to work with. 43 and 16 CS for him. And it looks like he's going to be going right for the armlet. He's got the helm ready to go. We'll have to see if that's going to be the choice for him or not. And, still Mad hanging around this mid lane, trying to make sure that they can at least secure a strong mid and top game presence here to continue to win 2 out of the 3 lanes. But with how much Moo's been getting, I suppose taking him down that last fight is definitely going to help things out. But as you already mentioned, the farm is still just working out better for DC.
Yeah, it is. Faceless he doesn't go Tranquil's Faceless, does he? I don't believe he does. I think that Ring of Region's just for Vlad's.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
And
Now,
TC is getting decent farm. He's only 3 behind Resolution on bottom, so they're not doing bad. They're both just rushing into their armlets so they can both just tank up and run at each other. But we'll see how that goes.
Even some fun interaction here between the KotL and the Void. What's that cooldown on Time Walk? It's 6 at level 4. I mean, you could do 2 Time Walks instantly, I guess. I don't know what the hell good that's going to do you, but...
Oh, trust me, it will do you good. I don't know how. No one does.
Leap in, take a huge
good.
nuke, and leap right back out. Yeah, there we go.
God. Ooh, and stop middle, looking for Weoff. It would have hit him. Could have been a death. But he dodges.
And now Fun's here, so we'll see if the Vengeful Spirit looking to get involved does plant the high ground ward. It is under a sentry, though, so that is going to be unfortunate there for Mr. Fun. Jason will have to lose his ward right away. The second Weehaw does show up in lane, that's going to be a free 100 gold for him. And they're really mounting the pressure now onto TC, making sure he does not have an easy lane with the blast now coming in from the KotL. Does force him back from the wave a bit and allows Moo just kind of do his own thing.
Yep, and TC, yeah, he's got to be careful. Those blasts just come in. Moo lands 1 Chronosphere. You just have a Sunstrike, he's dead. God, I always love global presence in any amount. It's just... So it makes Dota 2 so good. That's why you just draft a hero like Invoker, you always have extra presence. Draft a hero like Nature's Prophet, always have extra presence.
Yep. Even see some mighty fine lineups built around the global strat alone. Yep. If you throw in a Zeus, throw in a Spectre, and I'm sure you're going to be having a real good time.
Uh-oh, TC? Yep, he's going to get gone on Sunstrike, like we said.
First one of the game. That Sunstrike, that blast, is it going to be enough? TC says, I'm going to go in for my ulti here. Armlet toggle, and... Well, he tried to get the Rift pullback, but looks like that'll be the end of it. It forces TC to use his ulti, but no blood will be shed, so...
Yeah, those TC went to the side shop just to pick up his armlet, and if Moo would have got there before he bought the item, they would have got him, but didn't quite get it. And TC's alive. Oh, and that was sick by Misery. He's like, oh, we're not getting this kill. He just backs out. He would have been like 2-shot by the illusions in him.
Oh, yeah.
So smart play again by him.
Old man KotL, very, very frail, especially against the likes of a CK. Could potentially 3-shot him at this point in the game if he'd like, so we'll be able to...
So, is Keeper of the Light supposed to, like... Is he just an old wizard, or is he, like, Gandalf the grayish white?
He's, like, really old. I mean, for a guy who apparently genocided... Now I'm getting caught off here.
DP middle, yeah, me too.
Going down, but a man who genocided all of Night Stalker's people, I'm sure he's been around the block for quite a while here, but nice recovery for Weehaw.
Yeah, okay, Sir Action, KotLGuy. Jesus,
that's like the only one I know because someone told me about it, and you know it's KotL. I guess I should know it, but nope.
Oh, just 2 seconds.
Nothing special.
That sounds right. KotLGuy, he doesn't. That's kind of messed up. Like, just look at him. Does he look like he mass murdered and genocided a whole amount of people? I don't think he did. I think he was framed.
Probably just created the light and fucking maybe it was an accident. You know, like opening a
refrigerator
and
I've killed a few people.
All the vampires just died.
I feel that's more like look at him. He has very calming eyes, so I'm not gonna blame him ever.
Bottom lane, Brax is moving forward in the lane more than we've seen him all game. Now that he's been able to at least get to his level 6.
Smoke too behind him, and
he's like trying to entice them. Like, oh, I'm just a weak Timbersaw. Come for me. Yeah, come for me. Yeah, we got you. Magic missile. Stomp will go out, and oh, they get the grave. Nicely done there.
He has an armlet.
Suxa. I didn't even notice that till now. That's great.
In the lobby, he literally just said, if anyone pronounces my name, Saska, I will find you and beat you up. I'm like, good luck. But
he definitely gets very triggered when people say Saska. You know, they got Timbersaw bottom lane.
Yeah,
that's how hard they get triggered.
Yeah, Sunstrike. Yep, they heard it.
My bad, Saska.
No. Oh yeah, me too. I don't know. It just I feel he misspelled it. I bet one time, and I just never called him the right one. I'm sure it's his fault.
You're gonna accuse him from misspelling.
Yeah, I'm sure it was his fault. What an idiot. But no, this is from a 0-2 to a 2-2, and look at the gold you have. That like only 2-2, but 3,000 gold up is huge. A lot of your farm again is just on TC, and that's how it's been in most of the games for Shazam. I mean, it was all on MSS last game, but it's always just on one hero. It feels like for him.
We'll have to see if they can maybe... I mean, they now have Death Prophet level 9, yet to use this Exorcism. Let's get some towers down, you know? Then maybe they can finally get some economy their way. But really hasn't found the optimal opportunity. Maybe getting a pick and then following it up with a fight using... It looks like they're trying to draw some attention towards the mid lane. If they could take a fight with an Exorcism, get some quick kills, and then go for the tower, that would be a huge boom for them. But right now, they can't even spot out Mr. Saska.
Oh no, an MSS middle.
Jump
Nice
in, Chronosphere, swap out, and Jason will tank it for the save. Nicely done by him, but now TC looks to make a move for Weehaw. There's going to be the Rift back. Slow him up with that Poison Touch, and now he's going to be forced to change course here. Mizer looking to maybe bump him back with the Blinding Light, but no, he has Mana Leak, but he did not level it up. It's a very low cast range at level 1, so can't get close enough. Instead, they'll opt to push down the lane. Meanwhile, Slardar, bottom lane, gets a kill on the Brax.
Yeah, and you just feel when maybe a player gets a little bit tilted, they have a tough lane. It's feeling like that for Brax. He's level 6 at 13 minutes in. It's been a rough game and series.
Yeah, series.
And now, I mean, you're playing Resolution. He is one of the finest.
One of the finest, newest American, little imports that DC have been able to acquire.
Middle lane, are they going to be able to bring down Weehaw? The Cold Snap is just, and that's the thing. You have 2 defense supports. You don't know if a Blast is coming over the edge. A Grave's just going to come out. And people forget with Armlet being buffed like it is, like Dazzle, like just adds another element. You Grave, you can Armlet toggle almost. It's good stuff.
It can work the other way too, even against an Armlet. Like, let's say he's Armlet toggling, then he gets hit with one Mighty Coddle Blast or one Healing Wave. Then that Armlet just unfortunately doesn't look so good. So it's good to have on your team, good to have against an Armlet too, I suppose. But mid
But how many times are we to see Coddle, my friend?
Never. Oh, double smoke
Never.
coming out from Shazam. The tilt is real. Oh, goodness.
Well, did they actually? I didn't. Oh,
I'm
no
pretty
worries.
positive I just witnessed a double smoke.
Oh, here we go. And he has a blink.
Dire's top tower is
And
under
Yeah,
And
they
he
blink Armlet
is
human at Slardar. Goodness gracious is how I will cuss.
Goodness gracious indeed. But now Shazam really just crawling around trying to find their groove here as we get closer to that mid-game period where some of their heroes really need to start shining out, especially like the Timber Saw, the utility
Radiant's
of the
middle
Elder
tower
Titan is
is
really
under
starting
attack.
to come into play, but
Radiant
it's
structures
DC
are
who once
fortified.
again feels like every game now
Dire's
1 to
top
2 steps
tower
ahead of
is
where they
under
like to
attack.
be and always in that right position.
Radiant's
Even now as
middle
they pressure
tower
this
is
mid
under
lane,
attack.
DC wait back in the wings and they'll go in. Not going to be able to get the deny. TC will
Dire's
pick up
top
that one
tower
for
has
himself,
fallen.
but that means Moo will be able to get the top tower. Man, I have missed every kill on Brax in this bottom lane. I swear to God. He just happens to get caught out, crushed, and there's always a Sunstrike, and he just dies.
Yeah, this might be even rougher than last game for him. And he'll just, hey, they're bottom lane. They're not there, but they could
Dire's
be.
bottom tower is under
And
attack.
what do you feel? What do I feel Dire needs to do?
I don't know. They'll walk
think-
in, but there's a ward on the high ground that will see him approaching, so they'll just pull off the second they see trouble coming.
Dire's bottom
And this isn't
tower
even, I
is
mean,
under
Shazam,
attack.
you can tell, is a little bit tilted. This is just perfect play from DC. Like, they may have got the first 2 kills against them, but now they've just been setting up kills with, like,
Are you
again,
serious?
whoops.
Again, bottom lane.
I was even looking at the Invoker. I didn't see him.
I went to the Invoker
This is
too.
on him. Yeah, this is on him.
This is on them. They're making this game hard for my camera.
Oh, in middle lane this time.
I got this one for sure, Grant. Don't worry. Bump back. The blast is there. It's DC getting another one. That's all you need to know, really.
Nothing. Thanks, DJ Khaled.
Dire's
Uh-oh.
tower
And there we go. Timber Saw again.
Oh,
no.
denied. Not going to be able to get the
Wait.
Timber Chain, but there's no damage. Oh, there is damage, actually. You got to remember that
Here we go,
that
TC.
passive does a lot. Time dilation comes out for TC, and that could be very troubling for him. The blast right there in his face, it's going to be going off. And Moo feels confidence, and that's going to be a good Mana Leak blast. It will rid of the mana for TC here. Blast goes through. He'll dodge it, but still not a good, comfortable fight. Sunstrike. Ooh, fun. Close, but not close enough. There's the jump-in crush from Resolution, and that's going to be taking down TC. Magic Missile back. Mad tries to zone him out with the mighty ulti there, but
Dire's
DC again just continue to get more. They're on a what feels like, what, a 5-0 run? Something like that.
Yeah.
9-2 score already.
But wait, Brax gets a hero deny a tower deny bottom, so something going their way.
It's one thing.
I think this is the same as in the regional qualifiers. Like, and we saw winners bracket even in this tournament. Shazam had a good chance of 2-0ing DC. They won game 1. They looked good game 2. They ended up losing, and then in the end, they just can't take it. In regional qualifiers at the Manila, you saw that, like, as the games progress, DC just looked better and better. And again, it's the same thing here. This game 3 has looked extremely good for DC.
Is under attack.
And what is their backup plan going to be? They will have a new smoke in 1 minute, but now they're just down so much, and when a smoke would be a good way to position maybe around this Roche pit, because it is something that DC can do in the near future. They are Radiant side, so it's a bit more difficult to get themselves in there, but we'll have to see if an opportunity will present itself. But bottom lane, Shazam get everyone grouped up with the exception, of course, of TC at the top lane, but I don't know. They're hoping for maybe a grab onto Mr. Zaksa here, but I don't think they'll get the chance. We'll see.
And Alpha, I think they just want to push a tower. It's sad when they want to get rid of a tier 1 and they're willing to trade a tier 2 for it. Like, they're perfectly fine with that trade right now with Shazam. Uh-oh.
Not so fast.
Is he gonna live?
And they will not get the dazzle.
They might not even get this tier 1.
Just get out, and yeah, they are going to have to do some work now. And I know they're like, well, we can't use an exorcism because I might need an exorcism for a serious fight now, especially top lane if they keep pushing for whatever reason. Looks like DC are going to wait for them to TP back to that mid lane and jump them there possibly, or maybe even inside the top lane. But in the meantime, it looks like Shazam will continue to move on forward. So nice thing though is KotL. He'll just time out when the waves spawn, blast him down, and they can just stay here all day if they want.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. Now, like KotL in a win, like KotL's good, you know, at holding base, like when you're in a losing game. But when you're in a winning game, you have an Aghanim as support at 16 minutes.
Oh,
His farm he's level 11.
Aghanims. Oh my god, they're never gonna be
know.
able to push out these lanes.
This is insane. Yeah, a winning game KotL is very often not seen, and we are seeing it right now. And look what it's doing. Oh lord.
And for free, anyone can TP back to a side lane to prevent the push, and he will always have that taxi service in the recall.
Come on back, fam.
Bring him right back in. So now even having it, he didn't level up at level 11, but the cooldown will just get so small at that point that he can just bop people around at any moment in time here. Ooh, jumping crush. Resolution not going to guess correctly on that one, and we'll be very thankful for Shazam to make it away.
And look at Weeha just TP's back to base, like you said. He picks up his Aghanim. That's a 19-minute Aghanim's drums at Quillamitis. That is insane. And he's gets TP'd back by KotL. That is insane. He looks like Goku too, his hero model. I'm still not a fan of Invoker, all his different models. Stick
They
with
really
one haircut,
gave him
bro.
a lot of love with all the crazy extra doodads.
And it doesn't make sense. Like, guys, we don't change our haircuts all that often. Like, I don't. I go with the stupid look all the time. Like, I just do. I don't change it up. I don't go for sexy or anything.
Well, maybe if you change it up, you'll get invited to maybe a bigger event.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm like, I cut my hair. They're like, you're in, Grant. I'm like, that's all I had to do the last 15
Yeah,
years?
your Walmart hair just didn't cut it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro. I'm like, oh man, I knew it. I don't know. You're a mean guy, Dakota.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're really not. You're a sweet guy, just like the KotL in this game. Here we go. Okay, a smoke gang. This is, I don't know what they need, but they need something. Oh, and well, huh.
Not going to find it over
Smoke
there.
gank already spotted out.
To sweep in. It is nighttime now, so the extra KotL powers will not be active, if you will, but it looks like Shazam are trying for a flank play, but now they're caught between. Resolution going to be catching out Brax. There's the jump in. Looking to line up the Chronosphere after the silence will conclude. It's going to be moved, but oh my god, that exorcism damage just absolutely wrecks him. He's not going to be able to even time walk away the damage. They'll quickly lose their Aegis. And this is the best shot that Shazam could ask for here. They are going to be able to get off the stun, and the Dazzle could be in trouble. Saksa will get dropped by the Crypt Swarm, and look at this. Here's Shazam on the move. Nice swap back for Wee. Do they have the detection for the Ghost? Yes, they do. They drop down the Sentry, and look at that, Grant. Suddenly Shazam gets 3 kills their way. A triple kill for MSS. Gotta respect the exorcism damage, and look at that. They get about nearly a 5K gold swing off that one fight.
Yeah, that was insane. And it was actually a 4-for-0. They killed. Well, I guess it was. They killed the Aegis of, I believe Slardar had it.
Yeah, that's right.
And wow, and the KotL at 200 HP. What a perfect fight from Shazam. And when they're back, I bet they're feeling like when you're down in a game super hard and you win a team fight like that, like you're slouched in your chair. After you win that team fight, you know that they're sitting up in their chair, leaned over their keyboard. They're ready. They're back in it. That was an insanely good one. Oh, look at the experience though. Yikes. Didn't realize how high that was.
Yeah.
Wait, what were they shoving? What were you gonna say? Donuts?
I was gonna say Cheetos, but I just
that works.
You know, I let that joke go. But
yeah, come on, we're not all Cheeto lovers. I like the sour cream and cheese ruffles.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, come on, man.
Here,
but They're just going to run at him again, I think. Sorry.
They got the advantage. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Top lane, ooh, blink in from Resolution. Close to Mad, but will not get close enough. Sees the Spirit go off and knows that he will be able to win any sort of matchup fight on that front, and that will be the end of that. But with the vision already and with DC just kind of putting all these wards so deep forward, they're not looking to give Shazam any sort of breathing room. They gave him that fight. I mean, Shazam did actually hold their own pretty nicely. You can't blame DC. They got a good position where they thought they flanked and kind of cut off the rest of the team, but that Exorcism just did so much at the right time. And, well, with that, DC are probably going to be playing a lot more tighter than they did up to this point.
Yeah, they can't just be running at people and be like, oh, we're so over farming, just do it. When you have Death Prophet's ultimate, I mean, that's 16 spirits, that's 16 friends, God helping you, and yeah, that just destroyed him. And the aura from Elder Titan, even though it's just level 1, it's 40% base armor still. That's just insane. He has an Aether Lens now too. They got a lot of all of them got a lot of gold from that. I mean, look at MSS has a Ewell's plus 2.3k. And look at bottom, he's just gonna TP out.
Yep, TP out. No catch there, unfortunately, for Moo.
And look at they just TP in middle.
And now he's mid suddenly. Yeah, that's the coddle factor right there.
Did you see his teleport scroll? Moo has the 1,000 level compendium TP. It just has an Aegis above his head.
Wait, he has 1,000?
Yeah, he's the level 1,000.
How much money is that?
A lot of money. Someone was telling me. It's a lot.
Did he pay for that?
He said he did. He said he paid for it when he went to the last major, and I was like, wait, weren't you on Archon the last major? No, wait.
Radiant's bottom tower
Wait, yeah, he
is
was.
under
Yeah.
attack.
But yeah, no, he said he paid for it. It's insane looking.
I'll have to look out for him there. Gets
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Well, he has 1,000, but he couldn't even get the Faceless Void Immortal. That's a shame.
Yeah, and look, Brax has. I mean, it is 23 minutes, but he has his stone, and we saw the how bad of a start he had. The fact he has any items is extremely good, and a Bloodstone. He's gonna be a lot in fights just because Whirling Death, cutting a tree, that Pier damage, Timber Chain Pier, Chakram Pier, they have a lot of damage to output. If they somehow get another favorable like uphill fight, there's a good chance they just take it again.
DC will eat a Sunstrike as he muscles down these Forge Spirits here. But DC quick on the move to make the catch-up here for TC while he's very low, and they got him! Wow, what a blink instead from Resolution. They punished the man, and now they're looking for more. Fun, trying to make it away. Bumped, does not cancel a TP. I wish it did.
Yeah,
Many a time I've tried that. I do it even when I know it doesn't cancel. I'm like, God damn it, no.
That's what it felt like he did, because he chakram the Slardar, so the Slardar had stun up, and then he just pushed him away from him. He's like, I want to stun him, and now blink on okay. They have a lot of initiation now with the blink and tornado, blink and stun, blink and chrono, and whatever they want to do.
And Shazam just, I think all they really have is almost MSS at this point. I mean, TC's trying his best on this CK to make it work, but he still falls just pretty low on this net worth. Even below Moon. I mean, Misery, for God's sakes, is pretty close to where he is at this. With the benefit of that Ags and continuing to push out these lanes, even his farm is getting pretty nice. So we'll have to see. High ground defense is respectable, I guess. Maybe a good swap setup or swap save. You got Elder Titan, which works wonderfully for high ground. So, and of course, as we saw in the last game, Timbersaw can definitely keep the waves back. But you know, it almost felt like each game it was like, oh, this is a disadvantage for Shazam, but maybe they can fight back. Game 1, there was decent, you know, there was pretty good chance. Game 2, decent. Game 3, it feels like it's more of a difficult comeback for Shazam each time.
Yeah, pretty much this game they're going to need a perfect Earth Splitter from Mad. They're going to need a perfect maybe defensive swap from Jason. Just perfect everything for Shazam. I mean, any game's winnable with perfection, I suppose.
We'll see if perfection is in their blood here, and they can try to take this to at least a game 4. But as we all know, and as it stands right now, DC up 2 games. They only need this win, and with this win, they are going to be heading off to China to play in the Nanyang land. It will be a returning trip for some of these players already, but you know.
Isn't Nanyang actually a place? But it's called that, but it's in Shanghai.
Yes, it's a place in Singapore, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure. It is a place.
But now it's going to China.
But now it's going to China because it was ran by a Chinese company. So.
Okay, well, makes it easier for them, definitely. No complaints there.
Yeah, should go well. We'll I will look forward to that tournament in the future, but we got to still get through all the qualifiers. I think this is only the first qualifier before they head off to, of course, do Europe. And
yeah, and this qualifier, I gotta say, it's run pretty smoothly. Like, not besides yesterday when the patch dropped, nobody's fault but Valve's, and it just dropped. And oh man, a 2-hour delay. And besides that, yeah, this ran smooth. And there's been like 4 other tournaments. The fact that there hasn't been any conflicting things, I'd actually say props to organizers and the players. It's rare.
Definitely was difficult when you get a chance to look at like some of these event calendars and all the matches lining up on top of each other. It's really a hot mess. And you know, from our perspective, it may look like things are running smooth, but hopefully for everyone else, it's going okay. I know when there's possible delays and matches can overlap, and for heaven forbid, because of that patch drop and matches having to be postponed, I'm sure that's not easy at all. But it looks like for now we might be able to wrap up this qualifier in good fashion and possibly good time here if DC can close this one out, but not if Shazam have any sort of say. They're looking to hold on here, and we'll just have to see if they're going to be able to find a good high ground hold to keep this series alive.
Yeah, and this is what we saw kind of from Shazam and FDL. DC is so far up, but they're still fine just farming. Like, they're farming the map more efficiently than Shazam, so they can just keep going up, get any of the corums they want, push whenever they want. And they're cool just farming right now, pushing the advantage.
Yep, I mean, we can look over the items and maybe see what exactly it is they're potentially going to be waiting for at this point. I mean, maybe BKBs if they're looking to play it extra safe here. 1,200 gold on Weehaw Resolution. It looks like, yeah, maybe the BKB for him. He's got an Ogre Club already. But really, that comes down to it. I mean, Moo's got his Manta. Wait, what's on this courier? Oh, he's got a Diffusal now, too. So, all right. Faceless Void, Manta Diffusal, all good and ready. Let's see if that is the ticket they've been waiting for.
Yeah,
he gets recalled before the courier gets to him. That sucks. He's not going to have the Diffusal for this fight. Watch that be the game changer.
I mean, so it's flying up to him now, but yeah, they're already pushing in. Look at that. That tower is just dropping. That's from a Siege Unit and 2 Forge Spirits.
Okay, as they quickly wipe the floor with the remaining creeps, they make some good damage onto TC here. And TC, I don't think has a buyback ready to go, so he better be careful.
And he went Blink Dagger. They just need all the mobility. They need to be able to pick up the hero they want in the back, and having to be forced to go Blink Dagger second item on Chaos Knight is not the best feeling.
They'll send off Weehaw to the bottom lane to push it back, but obviously they can recall him when the fight is prepared. I wonder if Shazam will look for these little windows of time that when they send someone to the side lane to make a movement, and well, as I say that, MSS actually ventured out, gets caught in a Chronosphere, and he gets taken out solo by Moo. Just with the Manta Diffusal. Now MSS out for a minute. Brack's about to go down. Grant, this game could be over right now. They are going to be able to make the jump for Saksa there. TC will get that kill, but now the Tornado will fly out. They will take down Jason in the meantime, but now the fall of TC could show up here, and it will be. TC goes down, now has a buyback available to go, but this is potentially the beginning of the end here. DC have made their move into the base. They've only lost their Dazzle now, who will be back in 20 seconds and then recalled if necessary.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, they're just going to take a set of racks and probably head middle after that, make TC die back if he really wants. Weeaw's actually just in their fountain right now. And he just killed him.
He got suicide, so he's got that.
He's got that. He didn't give him anything.
Rax, though, was handed over, and that is a tough pill to swallow if you're Shazam. First big mighty base damage going to be done here from DC. They can taste victory now. They can taste the trip to the Nanyang land. Will they be able to get there? Weehaw thinks so. Him and Moo both go to work on this tier 3. That was an awkward TP out recall, I think. Oh no, that was a leap away. But there's the recall. It's going to be on resolution. Now healed up and ready to go. He's got a 10-second BKB in his pocket. Slaughter is freaking huge. He has a heart. Damn.
Yeah, he's 3.7k HP, and when he activates, he has that armor activated. 21 armor. Oh man, I remember. Oh no, Brax.
4-shot. He's down back in mid lane though. The real fight breaks out, and oh! Catch from Moo. It is going to be on MSS. He'll quickly take the Death Prophet out of the fight. No good, no buyback for him, and that is going to be game, Grant. It's all over. One final hurrah from Shazam is not going to be good enough. They will get 5-man wiped, and they will DC out. Congratulations to Digital Chaos. They have secured their trip to Nanyang land. representing America.
Yep, and that's huge. DC comes again through, just like in the regional qualifiers here as well, and they just look good. I mean, I think the best way to say it is they looked unstoppable pretty much every single game throughout this qualifier. Besides, I think they lost one game to Shazam. They've looked unstoppable since then. Big shout out to Misery, his captaining. Look at that, 0-0 and 10. That is the support dream right there.
Yeah, not a very exciting life, but at least with his captaining, maybe shot calling, drafting, obviously, that's been more than enough to contribute to getting the wins here. So, yeah, props again to Digital Chaos. A valiant run from Shazam. Even with their new stand-in, Mad, we'll see what the future holds for Shazam, as they're probably going to have to get prepared. They're probably still playing in some of the other games and other America matches between its, Star Ladder and Summit and Pro Dota. I'm sure you can catch plenty of Shazam over there, and we'll see how they're going to fare when they have to go through that open qualifier for TI. For Digital Chaos, also in the mix for all those tournaments, we'll see how many lands they can qualify for and how far they can really go and chase the dream of matching up with their EG and with their Cole counterparts. Should be a good time, but that's going to wrap things up for us, Grant. So before we go, anything you want to say?
I don't know, just fun casting with you, fun casting with everybody, just good North American Dota, and it'll continue to go on. That's all people really want, some North American Dota, right?
And I'm sure you'll be casting more of it here very soon. If you're like me, you can't help yourself to doing nothing for a long time, and eventually you just got to get in there and get casting. So
you just got to watch TC and people run at each other.
Absolutely. So, folks, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you for more Dota action in the future, but that will conclude the American qualifier. Look forward to the European, China, and Sea qualifier, though, set to come in the future. So with that said, if you missed any of the coverage, you can catch the VODs on the Beyond the Summit YouTube channel. Catch me on Twitter at KotLGuy. Catch that guy, Grant, over at GrandGrant. And we'll see you next time. So take care and enjoy the rest of your Dota day.